Yes, people, welcome back to NoFilterTS with myself, TS, and in this one, just talking about Jim Jones. He had a situation the other week in regards to him being at the Gucci store, and he weren't happy with the service he was getting. He obviously did a video at the time, and he was putting across that he was annoyed at the fact that no one in the shop was showing no courtesy, no kind of greeting. It's kind of standard in retail that when a customer comes in and stuff, you're meant to greet them, etc. All this sort of thing. He's talking about how they didn't even bring him no water. There weren't even a salesperson at his VIP suite. All of that stuff, and they had to keep calling for help. To me, I don't think it's right at all. I think all that alone was a kind of a signal from the get-go that they didn't even care who you are. They if you're gonna spend money with them, you'll spend money with them. If not, so be it. Like, kind of like to say, like, we don't even want your money, sort of thing. The part he lost me is when he was talking about sparkling water. Like, nah, man, ain't no one want no sparkling water out here. Just in my opinion, sparkling water's dead. But he was saying that he in the end asked to speak to a manager. And they sent a black guy out to talk to him, and the black guy was more racist to him than your standard racist person would be. And in regards to it all, I think there's two things to pick up on here. Firstly is if you're in any sort of establishment, whether it's for food, clothes, whatever it is, when you get poor service, just leave. I definitely feel that asking to speak to the manager, to check the bad behaviours is good. But at the end of it, you got to make sure you don't spend no money in there. And that's what he did. He put in his caption on the Instagram that, and in the end, he told them, yeah, you know what, just leave the clothes on the counter. Like, we're done. And, respect him for that. He's saying that the bill was like, it's like 29k. So yeah, that's the shop's loss. To them, they might feel like, oh yeah, well, we don't want your money in the first place. But there's someone within that organisation that, if they find out about it or not, will be annoyed to know that the company lost out on 29k worth of sales that day. Unless they're, Elon Musk or something, which 29k is kind of light change to them. But I highly doubt that's the same case in this sort of situation. And then I think the second part of it that we got to look at is, obviously the black person they sent out who was more racist and stuff, and it's a thing that as a people, it's an issue we tend to have where someone of colour, they get themselves into certain positions, and I'm not too sure what it is, whether it's to try to fit in with people that they're working with or to kind of stroke their ego. They come across worse to people that's of the same background as them. For me, I definitely don't agree with it. I think it's disgusting. Anyone that has any even basic knowledge of our history as coloured people would see all the struggle that our parents, grandparents, great grandparents have had to go through just for us to have life marginally equal in this day and age. It's definitely not equal now, but it's definitely a lot better than our ancestors had prior. So for us to be even worse on one another is disgusting. But in regards to it, it's a tough one, but as a people, something we need to work on. So definitely credit to Jim. For walking out, I was like, yeah, bun that, we ain't spending. You cool, you want to treat us like this? Yeah, you'll lose out on money. And that's what we got to do with these big companies. Yeah, cool, you might have the clothing thing where we're going to buy up a few garments and it's going to cost loads of thousands and that. But if you ain't showing us no respect in that, if you're making it come across that you don't want to serve us, we don't want to give you our money. And more people need to do that. I see a lot of times people will complain about services places and then still end up going there like, yeah, no, from now don't go to these places and that. And these people will soon see, because everyone, we all know as a people that we are the culture. No matter what, these things, they're nice and they're flamboyant, extravagant, whichever word you want to use to describe them. By the end of the day, no business can survive without customers, and someone will in the long run will have to learn that what they did that day was a mistake. And when as people we stop putting our money into these companies that couldn't care less about us, the more we'll be able to start impacting change going forward, in my opinion. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it all. I'd be grateful to get your thoughts on it. So definitely let me know in the comment section below, and if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button now, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.